Just fucking tell.
Sean thinks he can be like the king of English, which Paul Revere would be totally against. He's like, fuck you, Sean. Stop telling me what to do. I'm gonna warn Kurt that you're coming over with my lantern. But, anyways. He should not, no, but I said that, but Paul Revere really should not be given that much credit because he actually wasn't that fucking cool. He did this thing that people have done for years, like, oh, you thought no one before Paul Revere thought of, like, oh, I can hold a lantern twice and tell you a signal, like, oh, I think that came with smoke signals or whatever, like, he wasn't that smart, anyways. But he did have a lot of kids, but most of them died. But he did, I guess, kind of do something important.
What was that important thing you were saying that he did?
I mean, basically, like, that night when it happened, it was the whole, like, Concord, like, St. fight. Like, okay, that was important. But all he did was be like, yeah, it wasn't the British are coming. That's a fucking lie.
Yeah, I think we've hit that.
Okay, so the regulars are on their way, or something super lame. It was really not lame, I'm not joking. And the regulars are on their way, and he lets, like, all of his friends know, because his friends are the important people, not him. It's like, oh, I've got to hide Hancock, because he's Hancock. So
yeah,
I'm gonna
Will Smith. They had to hide Will Smith.
And he, like, basically was, like, it was a good system. Like, it was important.
Hey. Look over here. What do you think? What was important?
It was important that he did that, but if he didn't do it, somebody else would have. Like, he's really not that fucking cool.
So you're saying if Hancock didn't do...
It wasn't Hancock, Paul Revere. Paul Revere was like, oh yeah, here's my lantern. But if he wasn't there that night, somebody else would have been. And guess who it would have been? It would have been fucking, like, Hancock or someone else who, like, did more things. But Paul Revere was cool. I'm just saying, like, it's not like that night why people think he's cool is not why he's cool. Like, he actually
wait. I don't think most people would say he's cool. Like, cool in cool ways.
No, he's kind of a piece of shit. Like, he was like, oh, I see British coming. I'm gonna run and tell everyone else. So all these people, there were 3 of them. It was Hancock, it was him, and it was this other guy.
Shut up, Elliot.
I can't remember his name. One guy, his horse, he jumped over the wall. Like, his horse was just like, fuck this, I'm out of here, fuck you, British assholes. Out of here. Okay, fell off his horse. He fell off of his horse. It was Hancock. He fell off of his horse. And Revere is the one they took home, because he was even worse. Like, one guy got away, the other one's like fell off, and they're like, we're taking you home because we're gonna question you about this shit. Like, so basically, why are you saying the British are coming? Why are you? He's like, because we are set up. We're ready for you guys. You guys can come, but you're dead. You're fucking dead. And he made a good point, because this military officer's like, good call. I need to leave right now and let Paul Revere go, because he was the slowest one.
I need a replay.
He's fucking dead.
I need to go work. Shut up, Elliot.
What's going to happen?
He was like, I need to go let my military officers know that we thought you guys were really stupid, but you are fucking ready and you're waiting for us. And he was like, I'm going to let you go, Paul. I'm going to let you go. But I'm gonna only because I'm gonna let you know, because Paul, you like, it hurts me to say this, but you kind of win, because I realize right now, at this moment, in 1730 something, that the most important thing for me to do is not to be like, fuck you, Paul, you're the slowest one. It's, I need to go tell the rest of my troops that, wow, they actually do know we're coming. And we should back off. Because they thought they were going to have a super secret attack.
It's actually not fucking.
And no, it wasn't. Paul was the slowest one, but it was good because he didn't give a fuck. He gave zero fucks about the British. He was like, fuck you. Like, yeah, please question me with a gun against my head because I don't give a fuck. Yeah, you should be scared because we know you're coming. You piece of shit. Like, we have a barn full of guns. And we're a militia. Like, you have, like, French guys that are black, which I don't even know how that works.
You're fucking...
Alright, so Liz. The point of this...
They don't care. They're fighting because
Liz.
they have to.
Liz.
We are
How does it end?
And we have a reason to fight.
Liz, how does it end? So how does it end? How does it end? How does it end, Liz? How does it end? The whole situation.
The situation ends with...
Give me to a close.
He had this really great, like, people love him. Like, why are we talking about Paul Revere? I don't know. He was not fucking cool, but we're talking about him. That's the end of the story. After the war or whatever... He fucking started making, like, he went back to being a silversmith. Because that's what he was actually really good at. And he was the first person to wrote, like, sheets of metal, like, so thin that they could be on boats. Like sheets of metal, like, to build ships.
So.
Like, he fucking did that shit. But he was just like, you know what? Like, he had a really kind of, in some ways, like, disastrous militia career. Like, Matt, what was it called?
The treaty.
There was this one really horrible idea he had that really fucked his...
Hey, this is the end all be all. What is your last thought of this guy?
I mean, Paul Revere is a great silversmith. I honestly don't want people give a fuck about him, except for this guy Longfellow wrote a poem about him. Oh, that's what you should hear. Longfellow's grandfather was friends with his dad. They were friends, and he wrote that stupid poem you guys all heard. Oh, Longfellow.
Classic poem.
2 for 1, what gonna do on Paul Revere? Like, he's not really that cool. Paul Revere was kind of fucking lame, but he did have a lot of kids. He fucked bitches up. He fucked all the time. He had 16 kids. Half of them died. Now the point.
Yeah, how many?